On July 2nd, 2022, 68-year-old Elizabeth Sauer was snorkeling at a place called Sahashish off the coast of Egypt. She had told her husband she was going in one more time and she would be out shortly. So she swam about 20 meters or some 70 feet offshore. She was in very shallow water, maybe 7 to 9 feet, so just over 2 meters. And she was about 20 meters to the left of this long pier or jetty where there was all these people just hanging out. At some point, those people look over and see this huge commotion in the water, and Elizabeth is being violently flipped around. And what's flipping her around is a 15-foot or 4.7-meter long tiger shark. It's got her by the right leg, and it flips her around, bites down, and removes that leg right at the knee. Now, she's fighting with the shark, punching it. She's not screaming, she's not yelling, she's just quietly fighting this shark when one of her arms goes into its mouth and it bites down again and it removes her right arm below the elbow. At which point the shark just kind of leaves her alone. But she's floating there in this huge pool of blood. People on the jetty are now filming this event, so you can see there's this huge pool of blood. She's kicking with her one remaining leg and swim fin and her one remaining arm she's paddling with, trying to get to shore, and it's a chaotic thing to watch. There's people screaming obscenities, asking why aren't the lifeguards going in. The lifeguards are blowing their whistles, but they're not going in to try and get her, and she's, the poor thing is just trying to get to shore with her two remaining limbs. Eventually, one guy tries to throw her a rope, but she doesn't get it. And at some point, she does get close enough to where people go in and help. They pull her out and they start CPR. But sadly, she would pass away in the ambulance on her way to the hospital. Her official cause of death was listed as painful shock by the coroner. Now, the next day, a team of experts is sent out to try and find this shark and see if they can figure out if there was any extenuating circumstance as to, why this shark attacked. Well, about 600 meters away from where Elizabeth was attacked, they don't find the shark, they find the body of 44-year-old Roxana Donison, another tourist, who had been killed the day prior to Elizabeth, but whose body had just not been recovered. Tourists filmed that event as well. Some snorkelers that were on a boat filmed just feet away while she was snorkeling. This tiger shark came up, grabbed her, took her away, and eventually consumed the entire lower part of her body. That film was never released, and I'm not sure if authorities didn't get their hands on it until after Elizabeth had been killed, even though this event happened the day prior, or if they were just trying to keep it quiet for tourism. But for whatever reason, they never closed the beaches or anything until after Elizabeth was killed. Bites confirmed that the same shark killed both women. Originally, it was reported to be a mako, but that's just because they killed a mako the next day.